Hi, I'm Ketsy. Welcome to my channel, Candid Crafter. So recently I decorated my 3 Etchlab sketchbooks, and I have a confession to make. I've had these sketchbooks for at least a month, maybe 2 months, I'm not sure. But I haven't started it because I'm really apprehensive. I've just started doing watercolor in July, so I didn't want to put just anything in these sketchbooks. I wanted to make sure that I had enough skill, so to speak. I know that sounds kind of crazy. So if you want to see what I end up with for my first page in my first ever watercolor sketchbook, sit back, relax, and let the crafting commence. Alright, so here's what I'm working with so far for my sketch. I'm going to try to hurry up and paint this because I'm getting dirty fingerprints all over the page and I hate that. So the theme is sunflowers, and I chose sunflowers because they are some of my favorite flowers. I especially love the smaller wild sunflowers that grow all around the city that I live in, like literally just on the side of the road. I think they're really adorable, really cute, so I went with sunflowers. So I sketched out this little sunflower down here, and to make it easy on myself, I used tracing paper to transfer it to here so that I don't have a lot of like sketch marks and erase marks and stuff. And yeah, so I'm going to put 2 quotes in these large boxes, one by Jacob Lawrence and one by Kara Walker, 2 of my favorite African American artists. One is a modern day artist, one was around Harlem Renaissance time. And then I have Ketsy's sketchbook, very original, right here. So without further ado, I'm just gonna get started. So I decided to start with the sunflower as it's the focal point of the page and it's the part that would take me the most time to paint. If you saw the title of this video, you noticed that this is my very first watercolor sketchbook. Now this footage is about over a month old, so since then I have started painting in one of my other Etchlab sketchbooks. However, this one is the first one that I started and the first one ever in my entire life. On top of that, this is the second sketchbook in general that I've started. If you're familiar with my channel, you've seen that I have a couple of videos up, or a couple of shorts up, of me drawing 100 flowers, and that sketchbook is the first sketchbook that I've actually started. For some reason throughout my life, I've never ever really drawn in sketchbooks. I'm not really sure why. I think the main reason is the fear of messing up. If you draw on loose leaf paper and you don't like it, you can throw it out, you can start over, and no one has to know. But if it's in a sketchbook, it's a reminder that you messed up. And I'm trying not to look at it in that way because when I started the 100 flowers, again, that was my first ever commitment to a sketchbook, there was a couple of flowers that I didn't think looked as great as the other ones. But instead of seeing it as a reminder that I messed up, I'm using those as gauges of how far I've come since I've started. As I'm still super new to watercolors, I know that I have a lot to work on. I know that there's still areas for me to learn in, so I'm hoping that this watercolor sketchbook will not be a reminder to me of how much I messed up, but instead a reminder of the progression that I hope that I will encounter throughout using this sketchbook. sunflower, I began working on the letters, which was a lot more difficult than I had anticipated. The first quote that I used is, "You bring to a painting your own experience," by Jacob Lawrence. And from Kara Walker I have, "There's no diploma in this world that declares you as an artist. It's not like becoming a doctor. You can declare yourself an artist and then figure out how to be an artist." The second one really resonates with me, as I am a self-taught artist. So these are just reminders that my sketchbook does not need to be as great, as beautiful, as picturesque as anyone else's sketchbook. This is truly my own, painted from myself, my experiences, and the way I see the world. But that's all for today's video. If you liked what you saw, consider subscribing, but only if you want to. And with that, you never have to be the best, just try your best. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!